This is Roy from Rate My Funeral. That was Rate, by the way. So, yeah, this another one of these, right? This is becoming a slight obsession of mine. I can't stop giving these things a hard time. I thought I would make another video that was like the Ragdoll experiments one, because I really enjoyed that, and there is still a ton of ways that I think could be funny to see these Ragdoll things thrown into situations and silly things. So I've made a start on a new one, and I thought I'll go through what I'm actually doing to build one of these. And I thought I really enjoyed playing with that Voronoi fracture, this thing, Voronoi fracture. I really enjoyed playing with that in the last little quick tip. So I thought, well, let's do something with that with this. And this is featured quite heavily in this new one. But I thought this could be quite fun. So what my plan is that I want to send this guy smashing through a pane of glass after being hit by an automated bat. Okay, so I'm going to build it. I'm going to try and build the whole lot right now, because in theory this shouldn't actually take too long. But we've just got to think of a couple of things. So firstly, I want to make my bat. So I'm going to make the most simple batting system ever, which is going to comprise of just a bunch of cylinders like this. So basically this is what am I doing? This isn't really like a tutorial as such. It's more just, this is kind of what I do and how I work, because I don't want to spend too long going over absolutely everything. Like most of what I cover in here I've covered in another tutorial in some way, but you know, I think it should be quite interesting to see anyway. So this is going to be our bat, and we want to hit him somewhere like in the stomach. I'm so evil. So we're going to hit him about there. We'll pull that in a bit. Right. Okay, and let's just make that something like that. And I can refine like how that all looks and make that all nice later on. Because what I'm going to do is the animations, I'm just going to put that into a null, so that and call it bat, so that everything is taken care of, and I can change all of this, and it's this thing that's being animated. But I'm actually not even going to keyframe it. I'm going to use an effector. Now you can use an effector directly on a null object, but I just for some reason I always find it goes a bit crazy. So this is a really old thing. Back in the old days, you used to have to put stuff in a cloner and then set it to 1. And then now you use your effector on that cloner. And I still use that. Like I say, it's a bit of the fact that I've been using this for so long, so I'm just used to doing it like that. But also just because, I don't know, I just find this still works the best way, for me anyway. But I mean, a lot has changed, and I don't use R20 as much. To be fair, I don't use Cinema as much these days, but you know, still trying to have a little play here and there. But anyway, so where was I? I'm going to use a plane effector, because that's all I really need. By default, the plane effector just sticks it up in the air by 100 centimeters, so we don't want that. We'll turn off the position and we'll add rotation, and it's probably going to be that one. Ah, right. So who spotted that I messed that up already? So let's just quickly resolve this. It's the pivot point of my bat is there, because I made the null by just selecting them all, and I should have made the null just by selecting that one. Alt and G, by the way, there we go, and that puts it in. So we'll call that one bat. Now you'll notice that my axis is now in the center of that, so now we'll drop those two in, and we'll pop that back in the cloner. And okay, so something's moved. Let's take that out of there. Let's just make a new cloner. It's just easier. There we go. And we'll pop that down like that. Right, now our plane is not linked to this cloner anymore, so I need to put that back in there. Now we go back to here, and yep, there we go. Cool, we can now spin. Right, so what we want to do is let's put it in its finishing position, which is going to be around about there. Let's set the fall off to, oh, we need, this is the new way of doing this with, I think this came in, what, R18 or 19? You use these linear fields. There we go. So it's quite handy how it shows, there's a very nice system. It's kind of advanced, which is a bit annoying unless you're doing something really advanced. the old way was much more simple, but this is much more powerful. So swings and roundabouts, swingy bats. So anyway, so that's where we're going to end up, which means, no, I've done something wrong here. So let's come back to our plane and just set that to 0. So yeah, we want to be where we end up, but let's start it where it's going to start. So I don't know. I'm just going to put it there. There we go. That's fine. Whatever. No, do you know what? Let's put it over there. This doesn't really matter. But now the point is, if I go to my plane, I move this to this side and we rotate it so that it's there. Now when I move that, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, Rory, why didn't you just keyframe this? Surely it would have been a lot easier. Well, here's the point. Is now if I select that cloner, I can go MoGraph Effector Delay, change that under Effector to Spring, I don't know, 61. Now, the delay is infinite, that's fine, we'll just leave that like it is. Plane, linear field, this is the one we want to animate. It's not working anymore, but because of the delay, I think. So, so now what we do is we animate, so let's say from frame 10 to, I don't know, 30. We want that fully red. Keyframe. Boom, there we go. And because of that delay, it adds that kind of swing thing. So it just makes it look a bit nicer. Boom, there we go. Cool. Okay. So next thing, let's get some dynamics. So I want to make a in Video Pro. Let's put a studio in. All of these animations have all been done using this, because it makes the lighting nice and it gives me the floor without having to set anything up. If you're interested in it, it's available from my website. So next, I want to go into my figure. Now, I'll just give you a quick overview of my figure. This is basically, you can create this using that old tutorial, that 5-year-old tutorial. You can essentially create this. I've done a little bit of a modification to it where I've done a low quality, actually got 2 figures here, and I've got a low quality one, which is what all my physics tags are connected to, and then they're actually hidden, and then I've got then I've got these which are set to always show, which are the high quality ones. So therefore I can actually have a high geometry model being thrown around, but with it only having to work out the simulation for the low quality, the low poly one. So if you really want me to go through how to make that, let me know in the comments and I'll do another video which covers how I put that together. It's quite straightforward, but it needs some refinement still, and I want to do some espresso to give me some 1-button things to change. So right now, if I want to change the simulation tags, I have to select them all. So this is fine, I can do this easy enough, but I want to make it a bit nicer moving forward. So right now this is set to on collision, which is actually might be okay. We need to give our bat some physics. So I'm just going to set the bat as a collider body, but I'm just going to, let's just try it. Let's just see what it does. All right, it doesn't do anything, and it's because I need to come into here and do shape moving mesh. And now when I try, oh, it still doesn't. Okay. Inherit collision compound shape. So I need to do that as well, and that makes it a one whole shape. Boom, there we go. Right, now as you saw, that was very strange. So I'm just going to lower the floor by like 1. Let's see if that helps. No, that's well weird. Oh, I love Cinema's physics system. It's just hilarious how it never does quite what you think it's gonna do. Okay. So let's have a change here. So maybe we won't do on collision. Maybe here we'll change this to immediately. Now obviously if I just press play, he falls to the floor and it misses him. So we need to go something like dynamic off so that he doesn't. And then I'll just, and then yeah, let's go for this one, keyframe. Then next, dynamic on, keyframe. And let's see, might have to move it back 1, but we'll try it. Boom, there we go. That's better. That's more what we were expecting. Boom. And then so he gets smacked away. Right, brilliant. Next, we want a pane of glass. So I'm going to use a cube, not a plane, because I want some thickness. And I'm going to make it something like this. I want a big piece of glass. Again, I'll make it look all pretty and nice afterwards. We'll have a little bit of a gap, and maybe we'll have it 5 thick. We don't want it too thick. And now if I do simulation collider body and press play, bang, he hits it and falls down. Bang, he gets stuck inside. I love that. It's so silly. I'm such a child, I know. But let's just check. So he is coming slightly to the left. Boom. Yeah, isn't he? So I'm curious, if I take my cloner and just move it to there. Oh, now now my keyframe's in the wrong place. Yeah, this is why this is a little bit of a shame, and this is why I want a nice way to select all these tags, you see. So we select those keyframes and move them back 1. No, back 2. Boom. Oh, look at that. Douche. Oh, I'm such a child. I love it. Right, okay, so... Okay, brilliant. Now, let's get some glass. I'm going to use from my text pack. I know I'm using some stuff from my own stuff, but to be fair, if you want to make a glass texture, you can do that, or you can use this pack if you've got it, or you can get it if you want it. It's not a real big deal, but cube, there we go. And the same with Infidio. You could like this scene and make a floor really, really easily. So, you know, you can still follow along. Boom, there we go, bang, and he's stuck in the pane of glass. I love it. Now, our cube, or our glass, we want to put inside our Voronoi fracture. And I don't know if you saw in the previous tutorial where I covered these, I'm just going to delete this tag and create a new one, because when you create it on there, it sets some specific settings. Most importantly, this individual elements all. So now this is kind of, well, basically, if I press play, it falls apart. So great. However, now let's change this so that it is on collision. So when he hits it, boom, he breaks it. Oh, love it. And then I want to do this one. I'm going to go to sources, the point generation. I'm going to put this up to 200. Let's see what this does to my frames. Oh no, it's not too bad. And that's looking pretty good. I'm not liking the friction on them. They're far too slidey. Boom. Oh, that's cool. Boom. Okay. Next, I'm going to come into here and do connectors. I'm going to create a fixed connector. Let's just see if there's a difference yet. So there is. So it's kind of a bit odd. So let's come into our connector. Let's halve these and see what that does. This is the torque of force. So this is how much he needs to hit this to actually break these. Boom. Oh, that's interesting. It did it less. I'm just going to put those down another half. Does that make it worse still? I would have... That's literally having the opposite effect to what I thought it would do. Okay. I'm going to put that back to default, which apparently is... Okay, so 40,000 is the default. Okay. Right, well... Okay, so I'm going to laugh that connector off. I'm going to go back to that, because that's odd. Let's do it slightly differently. Let's try geometry glue. So enable geometry glue. Glue type fall off, add a fall off. And the fall off I want to be... I don't know how to create the shape I want really, because I just want to basically, I want the two sides to stay pretty solid. This is hard to see with this view, so let's come to like that. There we go. Oh, there's a fly. That was weird. So I want to do something like that, and then I'm just going to make a copy of that. No, apparently that doesn't work. We have to do it like that then. Oop, there we go. Oh, what? My two... Oh, no, we have to put that in there. Okay, so... ugh. Bear with. I'm having some trouble. Let's add another box field. Maybe this will work. Blending, max, normal. Normal. Max? To be fair, I'm now in territory of not really knowing what I'm doing. I don't know how I can make both of these act like they're supposed to multiply. No. Screen, clip, normal, overlay. So it's only doing one of them. So I don't understand how I can have it with two. This, to me, this doesn't make a lot of sense the way I'm using this. And you might actually know this yourself and are currently shouting at me, no, Rory, you do it like this. Honestly, I don't know. Stick it in the comments if you know. I'm going to give up with it, I think. Damn. What other types of fields? Capsules, torus. Maybe we could do a torus one. Right. So I'll get rid of the torus. Do that. Rotate it. Move it to the middle. Oh, it's... Ooh. Ah. Now I've just spotted it. So did you spot that? Yeah, you might have done. I wasn't actually inside of my thing. I was looking in the wrong window. So 1, 2. Oh, there we... No, it's still not working. No. That's doing one of them. There we go. That's doing both of them. Right, so max and normal. So I think I'm back to where I started. My problem was literally that the field was over here and not on there. And you guys probably saw it, but I was looking down in this area. So anyway, right. So now when we do this, we go bang. Right, okay, that's cool-ish. I kind of want this. It's nice that the edges are going to stay together, but I kind of need them to stay where they are. So I am going to go back into our thingy here and do connectors, create a fixed connector, and just try this now. Oh, and then let's do it like this. So we can actually come into here. And we can go MoGraph, weight paintbrush, make the strength full. Let's make the size bigger. There we go. And we basically paint the guys on the sides. And now I believe we go and we put that into there. The way that's getting stuck on his neck. All right, that's kind of cool. I think maybe I need some more sources, point generator. Let's put this to 2000, see what it does. Oh, it goes mad. Hang on. Oh, that's killing my processor. Bang. He goes flying through. Okay, so rather than having 2000, I'm going to have 300. And just for fun, let's put that in a null. And I don't know if this works. Click and drag. Can I just make a copy? And then hit him through both. Bang. I kind of like the way it falls afterwards. Boom. He's well slippery though. Why is he so slippery? Let's just double check in here. Ah, he's only 30. He should be 110. Boom, boom. Yeah, now that's all falling on him, so that's quite fun. Okay. In the top one as well, because obviously these are both the same break patterns, I'm going to just come into here and change this seed by 1, so it's completely different. There we go. Right, okay, cool. So now these are my 2 windows. These are just being held with posts. So we'll do something like this. I'm not too worried. This just needs to be something that looks a bit interesting. So we'll do something like that. Stick it inside of a symmetry object. Move the cube to the edge. I'm going to make an instance of that and move that to there so that whatever I do to this first one, it will affect them both. I'm going to give this cube a collider so that if anything hits it, boom. Oh, he doesn't reach. Okay, well, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. So, first off, let's make our bat a little more interesting. So cylinder. To be fair, it's all right, really, isn't it? I guess I could give this one a fillet cap, make it a little bit smaller, something like that. This one again the same. Let's put that back to the start. There we go. Something like that. We'll make a copy of that one, move that in here, shrink it down. Let's go have a look, make it bigger, so it's kind of like a connector. And our big one in the middle, we'll just make a copy of that, shrink that. Oh, no, not that one. Let's do it here. There we go. Shrink that in. Something like that. I don't know, really. Swap that out for a tube. Do. Oops. Come back. Thank you. We'll have a copy of this one. Bring that up. I am literally just messing around here now. None of this is important. But this is kind of how it goes, you know. I start tweaking, and before I know it, hang on, I start adjusting my scene, and before I know it, I'm doing all sorts. So let's find this big guy here. I'm just going to add a tube, right? Shrink that down a bit, bring that in, and I'm going to make that a ball. Now I know this to a lot of people is a no-no. That's the wrong cylinder. Hang on, find the right one. There we go. But there we go. To be fair, I don't care, because this will do what I want it to do, and that's what I'm interested in. So I'm going to have one like that. I'm going to put him in a group and then just make another one like that. It's just to give it a bit of texture, really. That's all. And then I'm actually going to make a copy of those two and put them into here. And I'm going to take that outer radius and make that only ever so slightly. And then now I've just got some different colors I can add to that for no reason other than just because I can. And these guys here, again, they're all right, really, but we'll make a copy of that cube, shrink that down, put that there. We've got to put this into a null and then drop that into there so that it does it to all of them. Okay, cool. And then fillet and 1. 5 is all right for that one. The other one, fillet 1, maybe 0.8 and 4. Okay, perhaps we'll have something on the top of them. What shape should we have on the top? Something interesting. I don't know. Let's have one. Let's have a platonic. Let's have one of these on the top. Shrink that down. Boo, 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 boo. Don't know. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, it is actually. I don't like it. Yeah, let's add a capsule. Let's do this. Oops. Whoops. Oh, what am I doing here? Right, there we go. Shrink you in. Make you smaller. Yeah. This is quite interesting-ish. There we go. There we go. It's just for some shapes and some textures and make the scene look interesting. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is position my camera. So I'm going to grab a camera and let's see, we'll make it portrait 80mm. Yeah, that's fine. I want to see as much as I can see. Oh yeah, I didn't put my glass on my glass, did I? So, oh no, it's on the cube there. So hang on, let's just check if I do a render real quick. Ah, yes. Now this is an important point. Ah, I found this once before. Now, how did I get around it? There was something I did. It's not that you put it on there, is it? Oh, no. Right, okay, so we need to make, let me think. We need to make a copy of the glass. And we turn on the alpha, if I remember rightly. And that's all. Is that right? And then in here, one of these selections, inside faces, outside faces. So inside faces, we tick that, and that gives us one of those. We add this to there, and we put that inside it. And then I think, no, it's not made any difference. Do I turn those two off? Try that. Oh, that's a definite, and that's not what you do. I genuinely can't remember now. Clear gas. Put it that way around, maybe. Ah, there is a way to do this. It was something like this. It's not that you put it to. Oh, it's not that, is it? No. I'm sure. Ah, wait a minute. No, because now I'm that way around. No. Oh, it's not that I have to create the outside faces as well and actually put them both on like that. Aha, right. That's the one. Okay, got it. So, inside faces, outside faces, put both tags on. That one is your inside faces. That one is your outside faces. Right, I knew there was a method to do this. I don't know where I don't know where I got this from, in all honesty, but this yeah, so this was how I've done this in the past. The idea, see if we now look, see we don't have all the crack, although we do on that one. Why do we have the cracks on that one? Oh, it's because it's on there, I think. We don't have all the cracks going through. Now there is a nice way to kind of do a reveal and do the cracking glass, but I think that we'll probably be all right. In this case, I'm just going to have it kind of smash up and something like that. I need to make sure my guy goes a bit further, but we'll worry about that in a bit. I might just change the glass to one that has more refraction on it, because I have a feeling that that might just show a little bit better. Oh, I quite like we're getting the reflection now as well. So let's just have a quick look. Yeah. Now that's adding some nice cracks to it. We've got this issue here, but we can fix this easy enough. This is a feature of Infidio, because obviously this is the Infinity Studio. By default, it doesn't show the background through transparency. So there's a button in here to turn that on, and now it will. So it's quite cool. We're seeing some good stuff there. Our guy is hitting the first and then hitting the second. I don't really want that to fall off though, which is a shame. But I think it's going to be different each time. Oh, look at that! Look, that one's proper crumbling. Right, so we need to give it a few more frames. So 160, and we need to. If we do need him to go a bit faster, we can go to our plane, find our keyframes of our linear field, and we can just move those a little closer together. That will swing that faster. But obviously now it misses our guy, so we have to do this again. This is why I wanted to make a nice easy way to do this bit. But right, okay, boom, and move that in. Oh, I missed. Oh no. He's now, oh, right, okay, so we're now a little bit too, let's come out of my camera. We're now a little bit too far over there, so we'll just try moving that back. Oh, somewhere between the two, damn it. Like the tiniest amount. I think he fell like one step too early then. Oh, come on. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was a good one. Problem is I'm never going to save it, but we'll try. Control D, bake. Right, and now that's baked. This is the animation we've got. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah, we can live with that. Oh, and we've got more frames than we need as well. Okay, so next, let's go back to our cameras. Oh, we need to put some color on these. Oh, what colors do we do? I've been doing it so that each one's kind of got its own color, and just choosing some like interesting different ones. Now what's going to work quite well here, maybe a red. So we go for a red like this. I don't want to do like a really obvious red. Let's try that, because obviously it's got to be something that shows up well with the glass, and that doesn't. So out of curiosity, what about a grey? By the way, that's just going off the screen for some reason. I'm not sure why. Let's have a quick look. No, not happy with that either. Oh, I want to put my floor bigger anyway. Something like this. Oh, that keeps appearing over there. It might be okay. Let's look at the opening screen. Yeah, I think you can get the idea. Do you know what? I'm going to change my camera. Let's make this. I don't know actually. boom, boom. Okay. All right, well, what we'll do, let's go halfway between. Let's come up here so we can see a bit more of a fun angle. And right, so let's do some coloring on the stuff. Right, so inside of this, I've just got some basic ones. I'm not doing anything special with these. These are just real basic ones, and I tend to use them out of this pack because of the fact that it's really easy just to throw these into a scene. And I'm just going to use the white, and I think I'm going to go into the illuminated ones and use maybe like this blue on this ring. Oh, so we need to go in there and fix that. And I'm going to use the matte white for the rest of it. So, oh, we've already got one. So that's fine anyway. Right, let's go to our bat, which is here. And I want that one and that one to have the rings. And then the rest of it can be the white. Let's have a quick look. Okay, cool. And I've just noticed he's hovering. That's annoying. Because I'm going to lose my baked in animation if I move him. That's super annoying. I did not spot that he was hovering. What can we do about this? We could put him on a little tiny podium. Might look a bit odd. Like why is he on this little podium? But to be fair, I like that damage that I've got. That's worked really well. So we're going to just put him like, it's as if this is the podium that you need to stand on in order to be smashed into these glass panels. So there you go. And we'll do 0.4 and just like 2 or something. There we go. And we'll make that white. Boom. Right. Okay. So that's it. He's ready. I'm going to make a slight adjustment to his arms because I don't like the way. I can't because, shoot, I should have already done that. Right, no, it's fine. He's standing like he does. I was going to change him so he was sort of more in a braced position, but I should have done that before I baked it. I'm not going to risk it because I like this. I like that, and I like the way he comes out of the back and kind of goes a bit nuts. And we've got some good breakage. Yeah, this is looking good. All right, so let's fix up our settings. Oh, he's a bit dark over there though, isn't he? So he's outside of my lighting system. So I'm just going to create a light and throw it over there. And I think that's probably all it needs, just so that he doesn't look so dark on the floor. Doesn't need shadows enabled or anything like that. Actually, it does. Do you know what? Because that looks flat as heck. So let's turn on area shadows and just have a quick look. Also, we've got some interesting shadows going on here from it, but we can live with this. This is okay. This is fine. Right, it's just our little scene. What else do I want to do? So I want to change to physical. Let's get physical. Ambient occlusion. And that's, I'm just going to put it on progressive while I do the tests, and I'm going to turn on depth of field. Now, let's first of all, if we look at this right now, that's okay. And then if we look at it at this point, that's fine. But I have a feeling the ambient occlusion on the glass on the floor is going to be too much. So let's just have a quick look. It's a shame we haven't got the nice cracks coming out of there. I should really figure out how to do that, but I don't want to spend too much longer on it at the moment. And because I've got this one in the background, that's going to be awkward. Right, so anyway, I don't like the way the ambient occlusion is looking on the floor pieces. So let's just do a real quick test. If we do a tag compositing and turn off scene by AO, now I have a quick comparison. We've put it on the back one. Let's put it on the front one so we can see it. Do you know what? I think it's okay. I'm going to live with it. For such a short clip, I think that's absolutely fine. Boom, boom. I could probably do some more stuff where I mess around with the sizes and the glue and all of that, but do you know what? like I say, I quite like the thing. It's just a shame we're not seeing. Let's look at it from this view a minute. Boom. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, so next thing I'm going to do is add a motion tag to my camera. Motion camera tag, motion. And obviously that's now done something a bit crazy, so I'm going to undo. I'm going to do this in my normal way, which is to add a null to that camera. Then I'm going to add the motion camera tag. That's what I wanted, and then I'll zero these out. I did do a tutorial. I did do one a while back on the motion camera stuff. There's been a few updates since then. It might be worth revisiting, actually. Again, put it in the comments if this is one you'd like me to revisit. And we'll have a play with all these settings. Because I just kind of have a standard way I use it at the moment, and this is fine. But what I thought I might do here is actually do target. And have target of our guy. Like that. So that we actually get this, boom, right. I thought that would follow him, you know. Okay, it doesn't. I thought that would. So what else can we do? Chase object, maybe it's that one I'm thinking of. Chase object. It looks like it's probably not going to be because, oh, yeah, no, it's not chase object. No, that physically moves her around. I did some, yeah. I think maybe we'll do a video at some point on this. Right. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to set two nulls. So we're going to have a null at him there. On the floor is fine, I think, and then we'll have a null at him at the end. Where's the body? Over there. We'll copy this like so, and then what we'll do is our target A is going to be the first null, and the second target is going to be that null. So this null needs to come up a bit so that we're not looking so close to the floor, and I might even just come over here so that we see everything we're looking at. There we go. Right, so that's my first position. Then we're going to say, so he comes around to here. So at this point, keyframe, and then we'll come over here to about there, keyframe. Right, let's have a quick look at what that looks like. Boom. Nice. Okay, so we really don't need, we only need 120 frames on this. Okay. Boom. Right, that's pretty good. I'm thinking though, it's going to mess up me. No, I'm just going to look. I was thinking I could add a slow-mo as he breaks through them, would look quite fun. But I think it might also look a bit odd, so I'm just gonna stick with that. That's now one of my clips, I think. Boom, boom. Excellent. So we'll just set the guy. We'll set his head as our focus point in our camera. Where's his head? So head as the focus object, and then I'm going to put this down quite low, something like that. And let's have a quick look. We're all pretty much in. I don't think the depth of field's really going to work anyway, so because yeah, it's all pretty much in the same plane anyway. Look. Oh, I kind of want to do the cracks thing, but no, I'm just going to leave it as. That's kind of cool. There we go. Boom. So this is one of those things you can now spend ages messing around with it, tweaking it or whatever. But I generally I wanted to do it quite quickly. Oh no, we've got some not too bad a depth of field going on there. It might look okay. It might look okay. I am going to do one more thing. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so the final things literally are the output. Obviously, it's in 1920 by 1080, 30 frames a second. I want you to render all the frames. The save path is going to be a PNG. And we'll pop it in this folder. We'll just call it through glass 01, just in case I have to make a change. And that's basically ready. And I am going to use the built-in motion blur, and I'm going to set it to adaptive medium. And this is going to be one that I am literally going to save as is, and then chuck it in a render queue with a couple of others, let it go overnight, and then by the morning I'll have some nicely done things. Cool. Okay. Well, I hope that was enjoyable. I hope it wasn't too stressful. We got there in the end. Look, we've actually got this, and this you will see when I release the full video as to how this looks, and whether I did actually stick to leaving it like this, or whether I did go back and tweak it more. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, thanks very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.